You're watching 7 at 4 on your hometown station, WDBJ 7.
Welcome back to 7 at 4. You know, we love this show because there is not only a lot of energy, but we get to have fun on this show. And a few years ago, I believe it was in 2018, we had state champs right here on 7 at 4. We were indoors then, but they came to visit us, Cave Spring High School, because they had just won the state champs. Well, guys and gals, they are back this year again because they just won state champs again this past weekend. So joining me now is the head coach of Cave Spring High School cheerleading team, Jen Cole. Jen, welcome back to the show.
You guys are having us so much.
Yes, absolutely. So do you want to know how I got the tea on this story?
Let's hear it.
Okay, I was working, and someone said, you know, my granddaughter just won the state champs at Cave Spring High School. Whose granny was that, ladies? Whose granny? She said, y'all need to be covering their team. They're amazing. They've worked so hard. So I want to talk about that. Jen, how hard have these girls worked for this title?
They work incredibly hard. We practice 6 days a week. They have probably 2 hours, 3 hours per day if they don't have a game, or we've also incorporated study halls. So they have worked since the beginning of August, every single day that they could, and they work at night. They go to separate tumbling sessions on their own, so it's a lot.
Yeah, and one thing we talked about too was just the work that gets put in after a pandemic. You said that was really challenging. So let's talk a little bit about that, getting back into the routine, Jen.
Yeah, so they came off of a unique season last season where there were a lot of restrictions to what we could do, and came basically back-to-back seasons where normally we would have more of a break, but we had to get their health in check really quick. We actually got hit with COVID on our team to where it put us out of practice for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So they, came back strong, though, and showed us that they were ready to keep going.
Okay, guys, so we have a little video for you. We're going to show you about a 30-second clip. This is the routine of them in Richmond that actually won them the state champs. Take a look at this.
Fire, it's been ignited. We can't hide it. It's fueled with desire. Our fire's burning higher. Cave Springs high with the skill that you desire. It's a star, yeah, got the set the world on fire. Second place ain't good enough. We don't take it higher. Number one, second enough. You're the fire, fire.
All right, so Jen, we just saw a little snippet of the video that won you guys the state champs. Talk about how many teams you guys were up against and what it was like when you guys received it.
So there are 8 teams at state from across the state, 2 from each region make it out, and we were one of those 8. So we had everybody competed in the first round, and top 4 moved on to second, and these girls went out and they just delivered an amazing performance, and it was great. They wanted to end at their peak, and they definitely did.
Yeah, pretty amazing. I know the viewers at home right now are looking at some video of this. Talk about what does it take to win a state championship from a coach perspective?
I think it takes, obviously, the hard work we've talked about, but consistency. It takes athletes being on the same page as us as coaches and knowing what it takes and being willing to do that work alongside of us.
Okay, so I know it might be too early to ask, but are you hoping to get another state champ next year?
Oh, it's never too early. Yeah, of course. Of course.
It's never too early. That might be the mindset that wins a state champ. Okay, so for any girls who are watching out there that maybe are looking up to these cheerleaders like, man, that's amazing that they did this. This is a goal I'd like to attain one day. Any advice or encouragement you could offer those girls out there?
Yeah, I think it's never too late to start. Some people think that this sport is just something you're born with the talent of, and it's not. You can start working at any point and become the top of the top if you want to.
Yeah, and that might be good advice for anything.
Of course.
All right, Jen Cole, head coach of the Cave Spring High School cheerleading team. So good to have you gals back. We appreciate it. Okay, Brent, so I guess at this point, these cheerleaders are trying to show it out, the state champs. What you got, Brent?
I wish I had. Listen, I think it's amazing the way they do these flips in the air and then land on their feet and get up and do it would take me a minute to look around and see where I am. So they're doing great. Yeah, great job. Great job.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, hey, I noticed they got you guys under the awning right now. How about a little rain?